Okay, so to change the music tracks and resonations, the main file you need is sound.xml. And where you find that will vary depending on where you've installed resonations, but the place for most people will be here. You go to common, and then there'll be resonations in there. I have it in a different place because my Steam library is on a different drive. But again, for most people, you'll find a folder called resonations in here. For me, the folder is over here though. And then you just hop into that folder, and in data, there is sound.xml here, and that's this file here. If you want to change like the unit sounds and like building sounds and all that, that's soundtypes.xml, I think. I haven't personally used this, but like if you're interested in that, what you do in sound.xml, the same style of how you're editing it, you can probably do in soundtypes.xml. But for now, we're just going to focus on the music. So I'm going to cut you off from seeing everything again. So it lists all of these tracks here. You can see them under different headings, like these are the intro tracks, so these are the ones that play in the main menu. I actually have no idea what full intros is, so I don't know what these are for. Like I don't know what triggers these to play, but I don't know, maybe if you look that up, someone will have figured it out. This is the win track, this is the lose track when you like win and lose the game. And then there's battle victory, battle defeat, and economic. So these ones play when you're winning a fight, these ones play when you're losing a fight, and these ones play when there's no fight happening at all. So what you can do is either add to this list. So for example, you could put in, just copy that and just change it to like my own track.wave. So if you add a file called myowntrack.wave into sounds tracks here, you need to put it into this file, otherwise it's not going to work. And if you're really lazy, what you could do is just replace the files here, so you don't have to rename anything, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would highly recommend not doing that. But you do need to make sure that they are WAV files. You can't just put in, as I'm just dying from dehydration, you can't just put in like an MP3 or an AAC or whatever other audio file. It has to be a WAV file. Maybe there's a way to change that, but just for the purpose of this, we're just gonna like convert our stuff with Audacity. Okay. Bam, now you can see it. No, still can't see it. Hang on. What about now? Aha, there you go. Okay, so it wasn't showing these menus just a moment ago. I had to change something around. But yeah, so you get these tracks, and you export them as WAV. You could export audio as well. It's up to you. But if you do export audio, you have to choose WAV, Microsoft Science, 16-bit DCM. It's generally much easier. If you know you're going to export as WAV, just first export as WAV. That way you don't like accidentally mess anything up. So I might lower the volume on this track as well. By how much? 10 dB. Then we'll export that. Actually, I guess I don't really need to lower the volume, hey, because I can just lower the volume of the of all the music. Maybe we're gonna undo that and then export it as WAV. But if you have like an extremely loud track, you might want to lower the volume just a little bit. But I think for this we're gonna be fine. Again, none of this stuff really matters. And now I'm gonna cut you off from view again, so you don't see all my random shit. So now we have those files. I've put them in. I've put them in this folder. but you're going to need to relocate them. So let me just pull up right place. Okay, so these tracks you're going to need to put into Rise of Nations sounds tracks. And again, I'm just going to rename these. So again, you do not need to rename them if you don't want to, but just to make it easier to find. So now they're all grouped together and they're all, like, it's very obvious that these are the tracks we added and not like the original tracks. So I'm just gonna cut you off again so you stop looking at all my shit. Head back over to Notepad. Well, you can do this in Notepad, but I'm using Notepad++. So for the intro, we're gonna again, you can sort of choose what you want to do here, right? You could mix and match. So I don't know what this is here for. I don't know if this just means it doesn't use it. But in any case, we're not gonna. Maybe we should add to the bottom because I don't know what that does. So we're just gonna add to the bottom. So we want to do, what was it called? We're gonna do this. And now this track, which we've just added, will be part of the rotation that it chooses from when it's playing the intro. Again, you should be able to mix and match the original files with the files that you add. Just for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just gonna quickly back up this file, and then I'm gonna like delete all of the original soundtracks. But I don't want to like permanently ruin my install, so I'm just gonna back that up. Okay, it's backed up, and you guys can't see that because it's all not selected in OBS just the way I want it. So now we're gonna get rid of all of this. I don't know what this means. We're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. Hopefully it doesn't mean anything. So our intro is now gonna be this every single time. Again, I don't know what full intros are for, but we're gonna ignore that for now. Head down to Win. And I'm just gonna need to check what my file is called again. Let's make Win Space Jam, because everyone loves Space Jam. Let's make Lose a really sad song, because it should be sad when you lose. Battle, Victory, Defeat, Economic. Let's make that the economic track. So this is the, again, the no combat track. What else do we have? We're gonna make maybe the Battle Victory can be this track. And then I'm missing a Battle Defeat track, so maybe I'll just, real quick, we can hop back over to Audacity and I'll pick a defeat track to use. So let's use this as just an example. This track is actually really quiet, so what I'm gonna do is just boost that up a little bit. I don't think I can boost it too hard because otherwise it might clip. Hang on. Let me just have a look. And I'm gonna have to toggle this again so you guys can see the menus. Yeah, it's gonna clip if you amplify it too much. So maybe just for this one I'll allow it to clip and just boost it up by, let's say, 6. Okay, yeah, that looks a bit better. Maybe that's too much. Okay, maybe just like 5. Okay, yeah, now this part's not clipping too badly. And we're just gonna export that as wave. Again, using my custom naming scheme, but you can, again, do whatever you want. And now I'm gonna cut you off from seeing my screen. I'll just copy that new file so that we can actually use it. Okay, I've copied that off screen. Now we can head back into here. Let's delete all of that. And what's the file called? It is called this. Okay. So now that should be every track is replaced. Wow, I can't spell instrumental, can I? That's a bummer. Make sure that the file name is correct. Okay, yeah, there's a typo on the file name itself. Now I'll fix that up. We should have all the files replaced, so I'm just gonna save that. And now we can open up run. Put that at the top. You guys can see it, just gonna take a moment to load up. It's gonna be a little quiet. Then we'll just boost up the volume for you. Oh, shit, I don't. It's gonna be like 3.5. I want it to be like the same afterwards, so I'll boost that to half so you can sort of hear it better. Alright, so I've actually just made a cut here because I had some problems showing off everything, so I'm just gonna try that again. Put the music up to like third so you guys can hear that all. And I guess I can't, instead of showing off everything, I'm just gonna show off the stuff that's easy. I'll load up my classic elephant scenario. You can hear the economic music now. And we're just gonna resign as red. We're gonna resign as blue. So now it's playing the defeat music because we've lost. Maybe a little bit quiet, but it's there.
Happy birthday, my son.
If we swap to pink, purple, it's gonna start playing Space Jam because we won. I can't easily show you battle defeat and battle victory because it doesn't swap to battle victory very easily, is what I've noticed. Like I got all of these guys to just run it down, and it only was willing to switch to battle defeat when I swapped to the losing player. It wasn't willing to switch to battle victory when I was using the winning player. So yeah, it's hard to show you that, but hopefully with just the other tracks you sort of understand that it is actually working. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask, but I'm not an expert in this. I literally only started doing this yesterday. It's just I have a little bit of working knowledge of like doing stuff similar to this, so it was pretty easy for me to do. But again, I'm not an expert, so I might not be able to answer every single question you have, but I can try. So hopefully that was helpful. Enjoy the Space Jam. Yes, I think that's it. Bye.